Hey everyone, welcome back to the show where we break down the headlines that shape our everyday lives. Today, we're looking at a powerhouse issue that's hitting hard for both consumers and businesses across the East Coast, and it's all tied to the booming data center industry. In the latest PJM electricity auction, PJM being the nation's largest grid operator, that serve roughly 67 million people from Virginia Beach to Chicago, a staggering $6.3 billion in additional charges is moving onto our electric bills over the next 3 years. The driver? The skyrocketing electricity demand from data centers. The grid operator's annual auction is how they ribs the price of peak power to the system, and those price tags eventually trickle down into the rates you see on your monthly statement. This year's results showed that data center electricity use is pushing demand past supply, a warning from PJM President David Mills that the gap is growing faster than the grid can keep up. Mills said his team is working on bringing new generation online quickly and managing new load growth with industry and government partners, but the underlying problem is clear. As data centers cluster, especially in Northern Virginia, the world's largest data center region, their power requirements are becoming a major factor in grid economics. The uptick in prices isn't just a headline, it's fueling real frustration. Politicians from state to federal levels are taking notice. New York, for instance, announced a 1-year statewide moratorium on new data center construction after a public outcry over environmental impact and energy use. But state regulators have limited sway. PJM is overseen by the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, not state lawmakers, so governors can't cancel the auction or slash rates on their own. And that's why the financial hit is getting so hot. In addition to the $6.3 billion shockwave from today's auction, monitoring analysts that total data center-related costs for PJM customers have climbed to $29 billion since 2024. Consumer advocacy groups also find themselves in the crosshairs. Patrick Cicero, a former Pennsylvania consumer advocate, warned that this demand growth isn't going away. The bottom line is high prices are going to remain in place, he said, underscoring the looming threat to consumers, especially low-income households. Governors have reacted strongly. In Pennsylvania, Governor Josh Shapiro has openly criticized the rising costs, calling for action. While the grid will constantly adapt, spinning up new Keskimeran and rolling out smarter load management, the stakes are already high, and the policy debate is heating up nationwide. So, what does this mean for you? If you're a small business runner or a homeowner, expect an incremental bump in your electricity bill, largely invisible, because it's spread across all users on the grid. The earmarks for data center growth in the auction may not directly target your sector, but the cost-based shift is inevitable. That's the story on how data centers are not just a cloud computing phenomenon but an energy scaling challenge that's reshaping utility rates on the national grid. Thanks for listening. If you want to dig deeper into how these auctions work, keep following our feed and I'll keep you in the loop. Stay tuned for more updates, and chat soon.